off, the encryption in Star Wars is literally just a bunch of circles. All right, like every time you ever see them decipher anything, it involves taking a droid with a little bit of like screwdriver and sticking it in a fucking thing and circling it around, and you're just like, damn it. And part of me, as like someone who does understand security protocols, is like, like that's partially genius. It's not like I could predict the randomness of these like spinning route, like these spun things, right? But the other part of me is like, that is highly inefficient. Like exactly. So there's a whole triad when you do security that basically you can secure the shit out of something to the point where you can't use it. uh, oh God, I don't know. So we were in our Star Wars kicking ass, doing names and things. And if you guys recall, no boards, no boards this evening. This evening would likely be a fairly role play until we get back to some sort of yeah, until we get back to some sort of combat. Because as I recall, last time, and do correct me if I'm wrong, um, after taking down another turret on the hill and clearing away for a bit, you had your captain Omen chose to go up the hill himself and do some reconnaissance. And upon finding this like ancient temple looking factory deal, he decides that this was probably too many droids for his men to face, and he went back to you guys. And then after that, he I think he ordered I forget exactly who he led. In fact, I need to write that down. Who he left on the planet's surface and who he sent in the shuttle. Um, all right. So we had Pace, Steady, and Dazzle, and then I guess yeah, because we were gonna leave everybody else on the planet at the same time, and then we were gonna have Pace, Steady, and Dazzle go to uh, so we needed one more person to get sent. Yeah, so I could have every person play one of those characters when they went to the Tenacity, which was your ship above Corellian, Corellia. This is up to the captain. The captain decides who comes and goes. Of course, this is you are his soldiers. I mean, you can make suggestions. You can talk to him. You can volunteer. Of course. I mean, this is you're not droids for sure. But thumb thumbs up. Well, Pace and Steady here from the 616. They're not members of the 414. They are members of a sister crew that basically what for me what you know of them is they're pilots. They are star pilots, and you don't have anything against them. They've done a good job for protecting the tenacity as she's remained in orbit of Corellia, and keeping it, all you boys intact for, several assaults on the ship itself throughout time. And like I said, you don't have anything against these guys. They are your brothers for all intents and purposes, but they are not members of the 414 ARC Troopers. You're not as close to them as you are one another. Now, to be clear, meta-wise, I'm going to be assigning everybody that goes a character to play, and so that way when we were at the on the cruiser, because that was what we were going to be doing, is going to the cruiser and trying to convince the our superiors. Yeah, we were going to the tenacity to try to convince our superiors that we were in need of more more troops, more brothers, more supplies, more something, that this was not something that we as single ARC troopers could handle by ourselves. But yeah, that's my problem, is that I only have three I currently have Pace, Steady, and Dazzled that are going, and there are four of you. So, now I could have someone play the I could the issue though is that if I have someone play the superior, they're gonna automatically just give the other person what they want, and I don't need that, right? I need someone that's gonna argue with them. So if someone wants to play the superior, but they have to agree with it to agree, yeah, they're gonna have to agree that they don't want to give this away, all right? So yes. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, but that's what we're doing. This is what we're doing. We're setting up the. But again, I need to know who's going, doing what. My music stopped. Why? I mean, again, that's up to you. I mean, I also can, like I said, have one of you choose to be the superior that is going to be argued with when you get there. Otherwise, it will be me, of course. And like I said, if you choose that, I will pull you aside and tell you directly your incentive for why you not just don't give out the supplies, but like here's your incentive as to why you don't necessarily want to hand out everything, right? It if that makes sense, right? Um, but at the same time, you guys are free to do what you please. So is it decided? I mean, this is between the captain and lieutenant sergeant. So you guys are all brothers and speak freely to one another, of course. But we all respect the chain of command. All right, so Lieutenant Stitch and everybody here. Yes, he's still dragging Rocky. Senior sergeant, senior sergeant, Stone Cold. Senior sergeant, Stone Cold, Rocky. All right, all right. All right, so I've got a Pace Steady, Dazzle, and Lieutenant Stitch. So let's roll from the top, and basically, I just want to see from basic roll, you know, basic D20s from the three that are be going with me, which would be Ice, Omen, and Stitch, or excuse me, Dodger, because Stitch is going to be himself. So from the high, whoever gets the highest is going to be Pace, and then we'll go down from there to Steady, and then Dazzle. Lowest will be Dazzle. All right, so let me go back here for a second. Oh, excuse me. I've got uh Dodger. Yeah, Dodger is 13 and Omen is a 5. All right, and that would mean Ice, Romeo D20 boss. We're just seeing that just D20s. Just roll D, just D 20 hit and you'll be alright. Oh, 3! Look at that. So actually, it is going to be Omen who's be playing the character of Steady, and Dodger who's going to be playing Pace, and Dazzle will be playing by Ice. All right. So remember that you were Dazzle. You like to dazzle. You are a charismatic character. Yeah, you think in the sense that you are charismatic. You like a lot of fun. You like to put on a show, right? Steady is just like that. He never wavers. Doesn't change personality. Doesn't really change an emotion a lot. If there were Vulcans in Star Wars, he might as well be one. But of course, he is a brother, just like the rest of you. Steady is actually subordinate to Pace. Pace is, a person who constantly taps, but constantly taps his feet, not necessarily nervous, but constantly on the move, kind of like a hummingbird of an individual. someone who is think what happens when you drink too much coffee and you're just kind of like a little bit jittery. You always kind of like constantly want to move. You're like, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go there. But but do note in this pace there is, like I said, a constant pace. He is either pacing, tapping, moving, something like that. That's pretty consistent to his nature. Yeah. Right, because again, these brothers are the same, but they have different personalities through circumstance, through just purely who they are, right? But they are, yeah, all the same voice, same face, all that sort of stuff, right? Yeah. So you guys are going to be loading up into yeah, on Tanthiar, loading up into the shuttle here, which you that has a couple of scratches on it from your previous bug encounter. It's a nice green hazy day outside. The rest of the brothers are there, yeah, still wearing their full armor suits on, as they watch you guys start to the thrusters load up. Pace and steady are going to be taking the two pilot seats up front as this begins to, and yeah, you're free to do the pilot wave as you guys yeah, on either, as you guys see yourselves, I guess, for this one moment in RP, watch yourselves fly off. Um, and yeah, it doesn't take long for these, because I mean, Star Wars, these fucking thrusters are pretty well are pretty great. Yeah, you guys are off into space, right? As you're going up into space, pace and steady, you can clearly see on your scanner where there are the whole lot of fucking bogies out. And when I say bogies, like I mean like different ships. Yeah, different ships that are in pretty good range from the planet. There doesn't seem to be anybody orbiting the planet around you, but there are a lot of people out here, and you can even see off in the distance flashes of light where it looks like some star battles are occurring. There are multiple coordination planets out here for you. Yeah. So yeah, you got a nice hum. It's a little bit colder, and yeah, it's you're kicking it along here, just doing your thing, man. Fucking going along. It would be noted that one of the first things that you probably want to do is take your helmet off, since Pace and Steady have been on the planet Tanthiar for several months, and and it's
the fucking stink, the absolute just fucking
yes.
god awful. Our helmets hiss as we take them off.
Now, another thing to remember is that Dazzle, though being one that does like to impress, is heavily injured here, and would either be in the back to tank or clutching the side of the back or something like that. Yeah. Yes, there's only a small, like, single person back tank on this place, and it is not going to last forever. But at the same time, yeah, it would keep them alive.
I'm gonna be like up in the front, flying the ship, just like throwing switches, random switches as we do as a pilot.
Yeah, no, in Star Wars, yeah, in Star Wars specifically, there are just in front of you. There's going to be a cascade of like red and white lights, square rectangle light buttons with no labels. Oh, you would know exactly what they do. Yes.
I'm just throwing switches like fucking crazy. I'm
Mm.
gonna show
Yes.
I'm gonna
Yes. Yes.
yeah, I'm gonna call back for my and be like, someone's gotta fly the ship.
In classic Star Wars style, note there are two pilot seats. One of them is always a co-pilot, the other one is the main pilot. And there always has to be a pilot. There doesn't necessarily always have to be a co-pilot. Yes. But that said, there are certain functionalities that it certainly helps to have a co-pilot with. Things like, trying to go to what do they call it? It's not warp speed. Where they fucking they go hyperspace by hyperspace. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Mhm. Yes. 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 Now, to be clear, there is an entire book in Star Wars 5e dedicated to flight, and I've read over it, and we're just role playing. We're having a good time. Yep. Open the airlock, get this man out.
Wrong switch.
Now, nat ones in a shuttle flight can be disastrous. So Dazzle's sitting in the back, as sitting in the back upon a bench, knowing that there's a back to tank somewhere on this in the back end of the shuttle. It's not huge shuttle. Think like a bus. Is like got, like I said, some pretty beat up armor, that some pretty burnt, like acid looking burnt skin. It's having a hard time. She's got what, like 3 HP or some shit. Like not a lot. Like Dazzle's hanging on life, right? That's over there. Yeah, that's part of the forward for it. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, this is the person. Yeah, this is the personal. Now that is something I should ask. So this is the ARC troopers. Being a small unit as they are, because the ARC troopers are generally only sent out with 5 or 6 units at a time. Like, and even if they're sent out with others, they're sent out with like commandos to follow orders from them. Which is what Dazzle was doing when receiving their brutal blast. That basically, yeah, could occur. Anyway, so uh, yeah. Oh man. Well, I mean, would you though? I don't know. I don't know. Like the same time, you also have to remember that Stitch and Omen have both spent
Her
time.
brother coming, her brother I shall return.
Yeah, I'm about to say both Omen and Stitch have spent time burying brothers after battles, like quite literally. Like this is something that is they've done before, and not necessarily know that the lucky ones get reclaimed if they get to go back, and that just is yeah, part that it's considered an honor, to contribute to, yeah, to the next brother, right? Um, and yeah, anyway, so this shuttle is the personal shuttle. This shuttle is the personal shuttle of the 414, and as such, you can have designed it and spray painted on it, and or named it whatever you please. Um, but it is your ship, and for landing on planets. The Tenacity is a ship. The Tenacity is the ship that the ARC Troopers and the 414 reside on. There are several other units that also reside on this Star Cruiser. It's a big ass ship, though. Yeah. Yes. 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 Is a Corvette. A Corvette. Exactly. Yes.
It's a Corvette
Exactly. So, and this is, like I said, you guys would be familiar with the 616. At least moderately, that these are part of the people that defend the ship. These are part of the guys that you have walked past their fighter pilot ships before. Yeah, like
We also don't know the codes. Stitch would have those.
the approaching codes. Well, currently you're near the Corvette. It's off in the distance, and you guys are still humming along.
They always have like main codes and shit that they
Oh
have to
yes,
remember,
yes,
right?
yes, yes, yes. And it is lucky that, yeah, you either, could communicate with Stitch or Captain Omen beforehand, or have one of them with you, because they certainly have the command codes, but the lower ranks would not. The 616 would, though. You guys might know it offhand. Like Pace being the higher rank of the two of you would probably know it offhand.
I don't know
Provided it hasn't changed in the
those
last
codes,
3 months. Yeah.
specific for like ships.
Well, either way, provided it hasn't changed in the last 3 months, because it's been a while since he's been there. The 616.
Right? No, no, no. I don't think that it's like a standard thing. I think it's like encoded into like a ship's transmitter.
So to be clear, what occurred with the 616 is they were sent out in a unit of 5 or 6 to as a recon of this area, and upon coming here, all out war was going on. There were other units that were under attack, other corvettes from other trooper units that were under attack, and entire planets that were being orbited by separatists and so on, and their 5 or 6 recon ships were shot down. Pace and Steady are the only surviving members of this recon troop, and this was, a month or so before the actual the Tenacity, the ship that you guys showed up on, arrived. You guys arrived into the heat of this battle. This battle is already going on. This is pretty common for the ARC troopers,
So
of
it's
the
possibly
414.
in the middle of
Uh,
assaulting.
could be, could not be. There, when you last saw it, it was not. The Karelia itself is pretty well protected. The Separatist forces have yet to make their way across the blockades in place that were being held. The line, so to put it. Um, yeah, yeah, they've yet to make it there. In fact, I had a on roll 20. I had a let me see if I can pull that up for you guys. I had a whole you know layout of the system and all that. But I mean, again, this is not what this is just to give you a general idea of the whole like large battle. Let's see if I can get a good picture for you. Yeah. No, I had it on roll 20. Yeah, there we go. So I'll just take a picture of it and throw it on Discord for you. This is really not a big deal. Are you trying to just pick up? Are you trying to pick up Dazzle? He's 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 my brother. He's not heavy. All right. All right. Let me.
And I don't know if you guys agree with this, but I think we should call our ship Our Lady of Burning Fire.
I mean, no, you definitely know about ladies. Just to be clear.
No, we don't. We don't. We don't get out a lot.
Females are not things that they don't like not know about. Oh my god, this fucking picture is so huge. Like what do they call it? Eunuchs? You're not eunuchs. You're not. You're not. To be clear, you're not eunuchs either. We clearly see we're brothers, have families, and so on. Uh, yes. All right, so yeah, here we go. Finally got my picture up from my background here. This is a picture of what's going on in the Corellian system as you guys are fighting. So, like I said, you guys are coming from Tanthior, okay? So just be aware of that. And yeah, you were following the Corellian run to get to Corellia. And to your right is, yeah, to your right also is Polanus, which is being held by Separatist forces. To your left is Plimto, which is also being held by Galactic Republic forces. Also Corfall, so on. You see what I'm saying? You're with me. We all got a got an image here. So again, when imagine here these guys show up, the fucking 616 when they first arrive, and they're just cruising through this fucking system, and they're not sure what's going on, and yeah, they start seeing battles that are happening left and right, and yeah, these are trained troopers that I mean, then are going to try to take out some of these separatists, and yeah.
I want to see how Fitz will play his bedside manner for this, like on the edge of death trooper.
All right. So you would get a strength check with advantage because Stitch is helping you, not Lich. Lich. That's his next. That's his next. That's his next carnation. Yeah, that's when he comes back. Yeah, the dark version. Anyway, yeah, you get the advantage on it. Yep. And so you're gonna be able to pull up Dazzle pretty easily. Dazzle. He's my brother. He's not heavy. Um, and as far as Stitch's road to bedside performance, he can either roll that or play it himself as he so pleases. Um, it's not the worst. It's this.
Yeah. How do you comfort this dying man? Dazzle, play it up. You're dying.
Yeah, Dazzle. Now you are heavily injured, and you're being pulled into a back tank by your brother.
Make me believe.
They take your ass. Take it. Oh
And
well,
shot.
it's not calm.
Yeah, I mean, we, we tricked you through the jungle. You should be well out of shock.
So let's just roll a save con to see. Yeah, let's just yeah. No, let's just based on Ice's sheet, just whatever her con is. Fucking, we'll just roll a save con. Yeah, why not?
She's not gonna do that. She was looking at it.
Yeah, give me an average brother one then somebody that's got one. Yeah, I just need an average brother. There you go. So it's a D20 plus two. Yeah, I just need an average brother. That's all we're going for here. Oh, good. Okay, so yeah, no, it does hurt, man. You were you know, you feel this, brother. You feel this. I mean, that shock is where it worn off for a minute, and pretty much every time they go to pull you, it winces and it's painful. Now, that's something I need to discuss with this group. That was the Constitution save. That's what it was denoting, is that it was a painful thing. So that's something that's something I need to discuss with this group personally before we move on, right? And I'm not sure. I'm not sure. All right, so in our Either Way Ass campaign yesterday, the other day, we're doing like torture scenes and like some rough shit, right? We're getting pretty dark with it, right? I need to know ahead of time, just right now, as a decent DM, is if anyone is squeamish for this, anyone has any problems with this, anybody's like, yo, let's just, I want to avoid those types of things. I don't want to get into those details. Yeah, like I don't want to do that exactly, right? Okay. Well, again, that's you. I mean, I know that lot. I know I got some hard buffs. Yeah. Yeah, I know I got some hard buffs and some shit like that here. I know. I'm just throwing that out there that at any point you guys are like, this is getting a little too real for me. Just let me know, even if you got to do it like message time, and that go that's open for everybody. Um, because I know that can be that could be sensitive shit. That could be sensitive shit to some people. That for real, some people can be like, yo, I'm not. This is like completely triggery, like right. All right, I'm just want to clarify on that before we get into shit. Yeah, right.
Appropriate response is as follows.
I mean, I only cut up one hand so far, and it's pretty cleanly done. And I put out an eye at one time, and it was also pretty cleanly done. But like I said, we currently have like Jason hanging from a chains in a fucking drow torture chamber. We got some prisoners. Yeah, we got some dark shit going on. So like it's yeah.
My faith told me to get
Well, I,
I will make it under my best. They put more clothes
I will tell you personally, as a DM, I will likely never, ever get into like the crazy sexual shit because that just makes me uncomfortable. I'm not cool with it. So like, yeah, y'all want to do that? Y'all hit the private channel, do it yourself. Yeah, exactly, right. Good to know, but at the same time, like I said, I'm not gonna play those scenes, and so. If you want to, at the same time, like having, now there is a difference between that. The, Yeah, there is a difference between that and yeah, I'm about to say there is a difference between that and just like bullshit or comedic shit and romance, like romantic situations with like NPCs and like all that sort of shit definitely works. Well, I mean, look at Nevik had that one with you with fucking Elise, going on. I mean, that was totally like a fucking romantic thing. Like, yeah, well, how it goes, how it goes. But anyway, yeah, yeah. Back to our. Well, go ahead, go ahead. One more thing. We're going.
telling me like a kid doll down there.
I mean, you're free to have it. I'll let you have it. But I'm saying that I'm not gonna do it myself. Yeah, yeah, and that was just fun shit. But I'm not gonna go into the bedroom details other than roll a d20 and let's see how it goes, right? You see what I'm saying? And I mean, they're definitely. I've seen those tabletop RPGs where these people get weird, man. What was that? What was that? What? Fucking. Kyle showed Kyle. Yeah, that was it. Nick Beauty, where they showed me. They showed me that shit. It was like the horror stories of D&D, and that shit's great. Where they were talking about like some dude came in and made him play D&D on top of his girlfriend and shit, like some like
Oh yeah,
crazy shit.
the eyes wide shut story. Oh man,
I was like,
it
the
was
fuck.
settlers of Pittsburgh.
You know how like I would be like, I gotta go. I'd be like, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette, but I'd never come back. Like straight up, I'd be like, boop,
Sorry.
boop, gone, gone. Gone. Even if I had quit smoking, I'd have been like, oh, I'm gonna go. I gotta go smoke a cigarette. I'll be right back. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta grab something out of my car. Yeah, I'll be right back.
Hey man, I recently
Have it a relapse. Gotta go.
just
Shit,
started
dude.
back. I, I just started back like right now.
Like this is the relapse. I gotta go. Like, oh man, no, yeah. So yeah, none of that shit will ever occur here, guys. Um,
No, the best part of the best part of that entire story is that the friend that invited him completely fucking flaked.
I
He
will,
was there
yeah.
with he was there with
I would have flaked. I would have flaked out. I'd have been like, we're gone. So I would have took my friend. I'd have been like, buddy, let's leave. We gotta go. I'd be
no
like,
the friend that invited him didn't show up, so he showed up Sam's friend to a stranger's house to meet the two other strangers that were there.
at that point, it's your own self preservation to get out. That's your own. You can't blame it on your friend. Yeah, yeah. You got your own. You gotta pull the. I gotta go take this call. Whatever you gotta do. You gotta get out of it. It's your own self preservation. But either way, yeah. None of that weird shit. But again, torture scenes apparently are on the table for this crew. Good to know. Just needed to make sure confirm
Like
that.
that weird and oh my god.
How does he pee? What? What? What's up? What's up? Yeah, I hear you. What's up? What's up? Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
okay.
I hear you. Yeah, yeah, that's what it's fun. Just, I mean, we a role play group. We play together, all sorts of shit. So it's good to discuss this shit. Oh yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no, that's good fun. Yeah, that's yeah.
You can't back to this dragon. You can't back to this
that
imagine what a dragon
yeah,
fucking
I'm about to say yeah. What that how that unfurls is between you and the dragon. Oh yeah, no, totally. Yeah, no, that's 100%. That's what bards do, man. Yeah.
fucking fucking
Well, currently, to be clear, currently, Dina's seduction powers have found her flat, laying on top of a roof in a panic, while Drow walk the streets below her. So just to throw that out there, dog.
yeah,
Right? Like,
you saw my message.
oh, you wanted to play either way? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna do that tomorrow. Yeah, yeah.
So
All right. So anyway, back to Star Wars. So fucking with Dazzle's con save here being 10, like I said, he definitely feels pain. Every time they go to move you, the blaster burns and the acid burns from the air of Tanthear that you'd been feeling for a good hour or two as they rushed you through the fucking jungle. Burns, man, like it burns. Oh, I mean, you're almost already dead anyway, but they're about to splash you into the back to tank. And the back to tank is pretty much going to feel like I don't know if you ever put aloe on a bad sunburn. Yeah, it's like that. It's like that to your wounds. Like the moment you feel it, you're just like, oh my god, like it just feels good. Like your muscles start relaxing. You start, but at the same time, it's kind of like a thick. It's a bit thicker than water, but almost very watery. And you sink down into it. They uh,
You guys remember the intimatum, right?
yeah, but I say Stitch, and the Stitch certainly has spent plenty of time in the back tank himself, and of course, it's going to slip the mask on your face that allows you to breathe as this water goes to going around your face and on, and they start to lean back, pressing the buttons. Now, understand this is a sealed tank, and you are will be closing your eyes and actually just basically sleeping. Yeah, while you're in this thing. Yeah. Um, this is going to leave pace and
Yeah,
steady.
what are those feeling?
This is going to leave Pace and Steady at the front of the ship. Steady is going to, being a skilled pilot and has seen many of these, all these flashing buttons and switches and so on. It's going to completely understand that run red flashing one right there, that's not a good sign. That means there's approaching vessels. He's not sure what those approaching vessels are, but something is approaching. They are getting near something. That
Oh,
this is a
I
proximity.
see.
So he's going to reach over and press his scanner buttons and with a couple of blips, and he's going to see that there are two separatist ships that he's going to completely recognize these as droid battle cruisers. These are, of course, not they're not armed, are manned. They're just fucking droid ships. These are like their little fighter, not necessarily TIE fighters, but they have a name. Yeah, yeah, they have a certain name. Doo doo doo, which I'd have to look up, but
While I don't have the coordinates of how charging is my warp drive.
Your warp drive's about maybe a third of the way, just cruising along, and nobody has taken the effort to actually, deploy power to this other than its own charging, which it just does on its own as you cruise along. It hasn't really, uh, you know, gone up.
Sharpshooter R.
It does have guns, but they're not great. They are pretty much forward-facing guns, and that's about it. You have
They're
a
they're behind us, right? Like in space, they're behind us.
They are approaching you from the front right, actually, as you're coming through, as you're coming down from. Let me pull up the bullet point
Oh,
things. As you're coming up here, they're coming up from the right on from Polanis, and they, like I said, there's two of them, and they seem to just be coming towards you, right, real fast, hard and fast right now.
what was Kevin's character's name? So Pace. Yeah, I'm gonna call back to Pace and tell him we have incoming. Direct power from the weapons actually to the forward shields.
All right. So as Pace starts to walk, As Pace goes to walk, the ship itself is going to shake with a blast as these things begin to open fire on the side of the ship. And again, this is like a kind of a, you've seen these shuttles, these are like big square fucking shuttles. This thing is going to take a blast in the side and shake. So, Pace, give me a deck save to see how well, or let's see if you clatter over Stitch. Let's make this a romantic night. It is Valentine's Day, exactly.
You're not a shiny.
You're not a shiny. You reach up and grab the little hanging, handle thing that sways in the air with the sway of the ship, and like it ain't shit, man. This is not your first time standing on a ship taking a blast. You can easily make it to the pilot seat alongside Steady. Um, your forward shields are now fully, fucking charged. and the other pilot is Steady. You know him quite well. You guys have spent several months alone together on it. Give me another let's say deck save on that, right? I mean, I imagine that's an agility thing to see what kind of
Yeah,
evasive
piloting,
actions.
so
Oh, okay, okay,
and
okay.
there's
That is, yeah. Well, then get that piloting on, dog. Is that a 20 on that shit? Damn. Yeah, yeah. So a couple of blasts are actually gonna just cruise over the fucking top of the ship. He just barely misses them. That he is actually going to be able to turn around evasively enough to like I said, just completely miss them. They're going to continue firing at them. You're now up to free to do as you please. And Dazzle, in your chamber, you are aware that the ship is being shot at. You're awake enough to hear that, but like I said, unless someone else walks over and presses the button, you're kind of stuck in there.
um, I'm gonna I'm gonna do that except to the warp drive.
All right, so you're going to basically accelerate your getting away, but this is not hitting hyperspace. So you're going
No,
to.
no, no. Uh, I was gonna divert what remaining power we had to the to our jump drive, like what
Okay,
lets us
yeah,
go
yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah,
hyperspace.
okay, okay. To be clear, yeah. So to be clear, how I'm thinking of ships is we got an impulse drive that is gonna move us around normally, and then we got a jump drive that we need to charge and hit once, and it's gonna sip and send us in hyperspace.
No, we're not. We're not hyperdrive. We're not hyperlink. Like it'll take like months for us to regular fly between here and there, right?
This is fact. It would take months to drive between Corellia and the correct to between to go to go between Corellia and Tanthiar would take quite some time at the max impulse speed. To do this in a hyperdrive thing is actually going to take a very short time, but it would take some skill to actually not overshoot this because it is not very far away, even in this hyperlane. Oh yes, it'll take shields. It'll take like the moment that you do this, the only thing is gonna yeah. You hear somebody slapping on the side of the tank. Stitch. You're still here.
Um,
Stitch, you're in this ship as it's beginning
okay, I'm
spinning
gonna do
around
so.
and doing all sorts of crazy shit. Yeah,
Yeah, no, no, no. So, not
I got you. I got you.
for
Yeah, yeah. I got you. I got you.
so,
All right. Well, the way it's gonna work, like I said, the way it works for me is like I said, the hyperdrive thing has to take a while to charge. The more power you divert to it, the quicker it charges, of course. And then the moment it's basically press a button and it jumps into space, not just like slow acceleration into it. Because that's how you always see it in Star Wars.
yeah, and I'm like, like I would know the coordinates, right? Like, as an
Yes,
experienced
yes.
pilot.
Well, even having been there, yeah, knowing the planet. I mean, the Corellian system's well mapped out. This would be, in your even in your data banks alone. Yeah.
Um,
Well,
well, you don't fly it through hyperspace
well,
like
your ship
regular,
itself,
yeah, regular flight.
yeah, your ship itself would have a map. Your ship,
Yeah, you enter jump coordinates, like you
yes,
enter a specific like space,
yes.
area in space where you exit
Yeah,
hyperspace.
yeah, and to be clear though, your ship itself is, like I said, has a map of the Galactic Republic popular roads, and the Corellian system is certainly one of them. Like long before this was, a war zone, you know, the map of Corellia has not changed. The planet has not shifted in its location in our orbit. You would know where this is. But you are still being pursued by two droid pilots who
Yeah,
are
like
still
you
firing at
divert
you.
diverting power from like everything except for the shields, the engines currently, and life support.
So let's see. My Pace was rolling his shields to the back as after pulling off a nice agile barrel roll to skip some of these getting shot at. Now let's see if he was doing that quick enough to not get one of the thrusters or anything damaged. Lee, give me another piloting things just to see if you had actually flick just if you're actually quick enough to not catch a laser to the back end of that. You see what I'm saying? Oh, so one of these thrusters is going to be kind of slightly winged. It's going to throw you askew. Both of my pilots need to give me, yeah, give me some strength saves or something along that line to, pull that joystick to the right direction. Oh, it's not a good roll. It's not like a good. It's kind of swirling along, going poorly. You guys aren't used to you guys are used to piloting starships and not fucking shuttles. Yeah, obviously. So, like I said, it's gonna you're getting pelted along the back end here. This ship is taking more damage. And you're currently off center from the direction you need to be in. Your hypercharge is about your hyperspace charge is about 50%. Yes, they're both rolling the sticks. There's two sticks.
I don't know, do I have like disruptors or jammers or whatever?
You have no disruptors, but you certainly got lasers. It's pretty basics. This is a deployment shuttle. This is a shuttle meant for. Well, usually when the ARC troopers are sent in, the way that it would be done is, if we needed to create a distraction to allow the ARC troopers to land in a place, we would do that. The part of the 616 would, they would be aware of that. They would have actually done this before. I need to get back in Betsy. Some bullshit. So, yeah. Pace, you're the one in charge here, though. To be clear, you are Pace, Nevik slash Dodger slash Kevin. You are the ranking officer amongst the two pilots. Stitch here is, though he is in charge of both of you by rank, he's not a member of the 616 nor a skilled pilot, and is sitting in the back, as all this unfolds. And these guys are pelting fire upon the ship at the same time while you guys are, you know, have just swerved to the right and are trying to pull back to the right now as this goes on. You can see the flashes on the indicator screen as this thing, your shields are starting to be worn upon. But, I mean, all right, that's up to you. I mean, what else you would,
I mean, if they're behind us now, I guess divert power from forward shields to rear shields.
yeah.
Uh,
So you're not quite as good a dodger in a ship as you are on the ground for that. Yeah, you're fucking still taking pretty much direct fire. It seems that every time you dodge to the right, the one on the left just swings around and just fucking keeps pelting you. It is only a matter of time before those shields wear down, and you know it. Shields are at 62%. For a moment, Pace has a flashback from where they both got shot down earlier. All right,
Suicide. You know this is suicide, right?
all right, all right, all right. So go ahead, go ahead and give me this piling. Give me this piling. Roll. All right, so you're gonna just barely be able to actually swing this thing around. As you're swinging it around, like I said, these things are being pelted along the side of this fucking shield. The shield itself flashing as it gets fucking worn. The indicator on this thing is clearly orange at this point, and that's never a good color for you for this fucking shield thing. You don't know much about this goddamn shuttle, but you know enough that you know that shields are not good. Yeah, you have swirled around to where they are in front of you. You do have two fucking blasters on the that are strapped to each side of this. Yes, but to be clear, those shields have the energy that these shields take. It just
Yeah,
gets
I know.
replenished slowly over time. I mean, we've all played Star Wars, piloting guns. There's barely any power for the guns at this point. Your shields are now at seven. I mean, excuse me. Your hyperspace jump is now at 70%, and you have full powers of front shields, and they're being worn down. The back of the tank goes down. Oh, Dazzle dies slowly but surely. Uh, uh, so so again. Let's go back to our X-wing days, right? Remember that, right? Okay, so that's what we're talking about, kind of here. That's how I'm thinking about this. Barely, barely. That's what I'm saying. You're only gonna be able to take like two or three shots before you're waiting on the charge to come every time,
Alright,
right?
so he's moving us around, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna drop power from engines
All right. So,
to the weapons.
and this includes hyperspace jump when the engines go down. You got your engines, your weapon, your shield, right? Fucking we play X-wing games. Some bubbles float up from the back to tank.
And we jumped the wrong way.
You are facing away from Corellia. Corellia now. Yes. There are two ships after them. Yes, after you on your ass. Currently two droid ships are just pelting the fuck out of the shuttle upon the way. Yes, but he was asking if there were two ships. Well, he was basically asking what the fuck was going on. Which is a reasonable thing to ask from the back of the shuttle that's shaking as it gets fucking fired upon and has just been swung violently to one side. Yeah.
Yeah, this kill every time.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, power from divert power from the engines to the weapons.
All right. All right. All right. So it is Steady who's arming the cannons here, opening fire. You're currently in a back to tank, so you character wise can't say anything. Yeah. Yeah, meta wise, you're free to talk as you please. I'm just saying, like character wise, you can't talk. Yeah. Situated. This. Oh God.
Don't worry about it.
Again,
Don't worry about it.
again.
It
That's
doesn't matter if we drop life support or not. We got this.
yeah. Life support in the ship. The life support in the ship would what would be required to also to be clear to when if we shut down the back tank, we also shut down like air refinement in the ship itself that we breathe. So yeah, gravity. Life support's pretty important. Stitch is still wearing his helmet, but the rest of you are not.
No, they don't. We take that. They take that off before they drop it back.
Yes, the back tank you're not wearing much of anything, but Pace and Steady actually notably to be clear, Pace and Steady notably took their helmets off when they first came in because they had been spent months on the fucking back of the ship. Stitch, on the other hand, rarely ever takes off his helmet as a pretty scarred individual, and
He abides by the Mandalorian
it just isn't hasn't taken his off. Yeah, just yeah, he's just still wearing his helmet. Right. Yeah. Not actually. It doesn't count. Yeah. Anyway, so Steady started to open fire upon these fucking two. There's one on the right, there's one on the left. Pick one, Steady. What do you got? And yeah, wait, give me. All right, give me your piloting. I guess would be appropriate for fucking the roles. I mean, whatever the appropriate roles, not strengths.
my pilot. I would build the flying ship.
But boom. All right, so you're gonna manage to land two shots upon this thing. Kind of wings off a little bit, just flying right past fucking you guys as it continues speeding forward. Then it begins to turn around and come up on you. The other one, on the other hand, is still pelting you on the left and seems to be slowing down. Uh, taking it exactly. Let's see if where's my roll 20 board. Let me get a good spaceship up here. Oh, let me get some good spaceships. All right, so I got
You're the one who decided to turn around and engage them, man.
so I got these two.
You're
Let's
so,
zoom in on this. So we got these guys.
this whole we're currently in.
All right, so I got this, and I say copy, and I go paste. Right, so we see what just happened, right? This guy just fucking flew past you. This guy's in front of you.
It was your calls. It was your calls that got us ended up
Mhm.
up on that floor. Don't look at me.
Well, so yeah. Two. No, well, actually, so it wouldn't have been his calls. It would have been just anybody. You guys would have had singular ships. Uh, well, you just would have had singular ships, right? Like on your own, like you have when you have starfighters. Starfighters are singular piloted, right? So you both ended up crashing on your own. Like you don't necessarily blame the crashes of themselves on each other, but yeah, you have been on the planet with each other for a while. Yeah, you could have been arguing over the comms, and yeah, crash, you got crashed. Yeah, like yeah,
It's his fault that we ended up on that godforsaken planet.
you could have been arguing over the comms and had that occur. Yes.
Shoot him. We die here. That's what happens.
Mm. Boo doo 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 doo
But
doo.
I mean, we die here mostly because I don't have a.
Okay,
I
so
don't
that
have
is the roll
a
for you.
character built to pilot.
Star Trek. Are we playing Star Trek? Are you guys having fun? Are you enjoying the space battles? A back to tank? Basically, yes.
That sounds like a good way to. So, alright, so you're telling us to. Well, so, telling us to extend our engine.
That one time we got stranded in space for fucking 3 months again. Y'all remember that time we got off the planet and then we got stranded in the space box for 3 months? That was awesome, right, guys? So, but you, to be clear, this is between Pace and Steady. They're piloting the ship. Fucking Dazzle. You can make meta suggestions. I get what you're saying. But if you blow up the fucking the actual drive, the hyperdrive here. Yes, yes. As far as you're aware, it's an uninhabited planet.
Oh my god, you're gonna die.
So yeah, we go. Let's just take a moment to go back to it. Let's just take a moment to go back to our boys on Tanthiar. So our boys on Tanthiar who are walking back through the woods, enjoying the fucking creepy chirp of weird bugs and shit like that. Omen, having a moment, wondering what his Lieutenant Stitch is doing. It's just thinking to himself, God, I hope he's safe. I love that brother. Yep. Yeah. More bubbles.
We're no longer in the scene.
Yep, going back. Oh, okay, yeah. So going back to. Oh well, yeah, we can go back to it if you want. So let's hold on. Let me get these. Let me get where you guys are at. So Stitch isn't actually here, so give me a second. I don't think I need to set up any light thing for him in this one. And Dazzle is not here. And our other two boys are not here. Yeah.
We now join back with the unluckiest troop of the whole galaxy.
The fucking 414. Right, yep. And these guys, like I said, are crunching through the woods. Captain Omen taking the lead with his sergeants behind him, and they're a couple of units down. And yeah, I'm gonna take these units and assume that you guys are actually gonna get to the base in a little while. But it just seemed like you guys needed a minute to ponder your piloting situations. Right. And to be clear, the part where you guys are like, I didn't make my character to be pilots. Yeah, but these two pilots have also been stranded on a fucking planet for like a couple of months. Kind of makes sense that they're a little rusty and like fucking beat up. Like they're kind of shaken, right? Like
It's like the goal.
I don't know. There are pilots that certainly. I mean, I would imagine that the ARC troopers themselves probably have a normal pilot amongst them, right? That somebody usually pilots this fucking shuttle, right?
Don't you know starships and Star Wars is a universal piloting system. Literally, you can fly.
Yeah, they just like jump in that shit. They're just like, I don't even know what this is.
Like before Luke was flying an X-wing, his only previous experience flying was doing a fucking sand speeder through the desert.
That's all it takes, man. That's all it takes. So that's some bravado. You can take down the motherfucking empire. Anyway, so yeah, you guys are cruising through the fucking woods, and yeah, perfect Galactic Republic, exactly. Elsewhere, at the same time, back to Ice Dodger and my boys. There you go. If you got the Roll20 board up, or if you're watching the Twitch stream, I got the same thing. Yeah. He does not have a rocket launcher. No. No, he does not have a rocket launcher, but in situations where he does, he is very good with them. He does not have one with him, but he is known to be good with rockets. Ice dragging a leg as he comes along. Put in the back to the back of the line. Hurt.
Ready for guard duty.
Leaned up against Rocket and Tom's. Yeah, just fucking. Buried other brother.
I think we were meant to have taken a long rest at the end of the last mission because we were at.
No, yeah, no. That was at the time when you guys did that shit. Totally, you guys did go back to the base, right? So this is just you guys tromping through the fucking woods, but actually, where you would end up and have been afterwards and are intended to be, is over here where Captain Barlow is, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, we had gone back here before we sent off the other troopers.
Yeah, where Captain Barlow is and his robot praying. What? Oh, at the end of it, I don't know. My Starwood music stopped again. So yeah, Vincent, making your way back. You may go ahead and do it. It's not the robot camp. This is the motherfucking the natives. Which I had their name written down on this one, if I remember quickly. Could the army was TLT, the Trekkus, that was it. Yeah, so the locals known as the Trekkas and the LT were the ancient robot motherfucking army people that were coming on. I don't expect everybody to remember that because I certainly didn't. I had it written down on another page. Captain Barlow's going to see you, coming up through this after you being, past his own troops at the fucking gates here, which are, they're not going to, after pointing guns at you for a minute, are going to lower their guns after seeing the white of your armor. They know you're supposed to come back, and they kind of look at you, they exchange glances as you guys come back because they're like, there's no fucking way they just like dealt with that in like what 30 fucking minutes. Like they've been gone for like 3 hours max, right? There's no what the fuck, right? Yeah, like seriously, like literally, yeah. They're like they don't even have any marks on them or anything, and now, but that they clearly see that there's some of you missing, right? As opposed to how many of you that were came before. So Captain Varla is going to assume, right off the bat, that battle has occurred, and he's going to be approaching with his, happy little robot dog friend. So, it's bouncing around there, and and you'd be like, friend, tell me, how's the battle go? I heard blaster fire.
We engaged a small troop of them, but after further investigation, I determined that we currently don't have the resources necessary in order to fully engage the enemy on the surface here. I've sent a few of my men.
He's gonna frown. He's gonna frown, or at least what you think looks like a frown from his alien face, and he's gonna be like, even if I offer the assistance of my own men, it's of most importance that we deal with this. We've lost several people in a few towns, no less.
We're, we're still working on it. Like I was saying, I've sent several men back in order to get the
The Galactic Republic will help you. Sure. Um. So we have persuasion checks, don't we? So he's. I'm gonna say he's still frowning. So he smiles back and he nods. He's like, "Okay, all right. Well, if you think that'll handle it, how long do you think it'll be? You know, how long? When can we expect forces? I'm eager to get back underground. You see this humid air. It's no good for the skin." He's like rubbing his arms. So this is a situation where you're gonna have to bullshit him because you are not quite sure. Honestly, this is war. There's no guarantees. You're only hoping that Stitch and them make it back to the ship, and that they're convincing enough to get your administrators the right resources. And your administrators, they're hard asses. They're usually they're usually stressed the fuck out of the gills because they're losing men left and right. Things are not going well. They have their own problems. Both time and distance in Star Wars, just like technology, are arbitrarily and only made to service the story. So call it as you please. What are days when you have two sons? What are days? Of course, yeah. But either way, the standardization or not, the point being is that, like I said, Omen as captain here has no true way of knowing if these guys. He's only hoping that this is going to result in the way it's supposed to. He trusts his lieutenant. He trusts his lieutenant to see it through. He believes it's going to happen. I mean, let's be sure about that. But like I said, he knows. He knows that his well, but again, he knows Captain Omen has had to have argue with his superiors about fucking getting resources before. He knows that they're fucking hard asses. That they're not eager to give away troops They're certainly not eager to fucking assign anybody else to the ARC troopers. That the 414 seem to have a low rung, among fucking priority. Turn. The eyes that you're looking at flare out and they turn out to be nostrils, and he's like, well, that
Not very convincing statement.
that I guess that'll have to do. He doesn't seem pleased. And he says, well, and what are we supposed to do till then? Just defend our cities and let the drilling continue.
Guerrilla warfare in order to do as much damage as possible to the enemies before our resources arrive to entirely engage them. I don't see
What is
any
this?
outcome.
Go say it again. Gorilla. Seems to have trouble pronouncing the word.
Guerrilla warfare. It's just like setting traps and
Traps. We're good at traps.
tactics and stuff like that.
Well, I'll have to have you meet our Lieutenant Sheriff, and then perhaps you and the troops can share some tricks and bolster our defenses while we wait for your men to return, eh?
That's the hope.
All right. So in that we're gonna. That's dope. He responds. Yeah,
That's not even a lie.
yeah. Everybody here is gonna get a long rest. And after that, we're gonna return to our pilots. Nope. We're gonna be having fun with that's how we're gonna open back up the scene. Is that you're gonna hear Stitch say we're gonna die over the comms as you start getting fired upon. Straight up fired upon by both ends of these guys. Or you're getting pelted from the front and the back. Yeah, the ship is shaking violently. There are lights flashing, all the buttons. Some of them are going on and off. It does not seem like a lot of. Yeah, I mean, you guys have. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's certainly not going well. Yeah, but you guys, your weapons are charging back. Are charging back, and you're at. I believe we shut down our engines at 70%.
Why don't we? Why don't we? Why don't these jackasses have a golf droid?
It's not that big a ship. There's a ship somewhere in the back. Go gone. Yeah.
There's always room for a golf droid.
The gonk droids are supposed to be like battery chargers or something. Yeah, like yeah, yeah. They're still like that. Anyway, so somewhere in the bottom of the ship, yeah, gonk droid is panicking. Anyway, which I mean, we totally could roleplay a fucking droid episode one day. That shit could be tight. And I'm not. We're just get into that at some point. Just saying. Anyway, like I said, yeah, you guys are getting fired upon. This shit's going down south. Pace steady. What are you doing? Fucking Dazzle's wide eyes, fucking smacking at the goddamn top of this fucking bathtub tank. Stitch is over there clutching one of the fucking dangling things from the roof for his life. there's, there's, you just hear some fucking trance house music just thumping through this like jello. It's just like it's hard to make out, but you know the trance house when you hear it. You've heard Stitch bumping in his room before. This is Dazzle somehow finds it to be a nightmare, but a waking one. So here you are. Oh. Life support is pretty much inherent to the engine part. Like you're running on air right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
and Stitch is currently like in the dark because we pulled power from lights too.
Yeah. Yeah, the only lights he's getting are
Like
the
I feel like
flat,
I'm gonna burn
all
the backseat
the
right
yeah,
now.
all the only flashing ones and like some steam coming out of a pipe and shit. Because again, that's Star Wars ships. They don't necessarily have to make shit. There's some hoses hanging down. Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, I've always argued this that Star Wars technology only exists
Hold
to
on.
the planet.
The
Yeah,
steam kind of makes sense. Like it's like some sort of coolant leak is happening.
but you get what I'm saying, though. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But you can paint the scene with these things. What I'm telling you. Yeah, yeah, the technology in Star Wars exists
The
to
little chessboard is actually on though for some reason. I mean, it's part of life support.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Well, then that's up there. I mean, that's between you and Steady. It's your turn. I mean, I'm not taking turn order here. You guys are just free to do as you please. There's a guy. Yeah, there's a guy directly in front of you. There's one behind you. You fucking managed to spin the ship around, coming back towards the way you came. After your daring, so you're in. To be clear, Pace is steering. Steady is shooting. Um, yeah.
Shoot at the one in front of me again.
All right. All right. Let's take that pilot and roll if you want to, and fucking see what we got that. And you try to swing it second time. Oh man, hooking. So he manages to actually crack across the center of this thing. He could see some lights flickering off it. It seems to, not quite blow it up, but he's disabled something. It looks like it's a bit of drift. And you started to spin around. Or give me that. Give me that. You can spin around with the zero issue. Yeah, you zero issue. You've clearly gotten the handle on the steering wheel here and managed to, you know, turn. This guy right here behind you, like I said, he came behind you after scraping off of you, turned around, and is kind of, coming back towards you, coming down for a second strike. You still have shields on, though, and they are going to protect you as they belt across the top of your fucking view port there. And, yeah. The guy behind you is seemingly trying to do his best to fix whatever the fuck is causing him to be adrift so that he can pursue you. The guy in front of you is not going to have any issue turning around and pursuing you. Though you're definitely free to take shots at him because he certainly takes a shot at you. Things are, you know, your ship is all sorts of fucked because you are currently just adrift. And Dazzle's back there, just like, why fucking? But at the same time, I mean, I guess you would also inherently know. I mean, the brothers would also kind of inherently have to trust each other. They rely on each other, right? That's what this is about. So, Steady, Omen slash
Sorry.
Jason,
Yeah. Sorry.
give me the shots. Give me the
Yeah.
fire. Give me the fire. Give me the fire. Oh, nice. So fucking straight up, fucking just shoots this guy down the middle. Fucking straight, just blows this motherfucker out of the air. Like first shot, like no problem. After disabling the first one, seems to have acknowledged where the fuck it needs to go, and just shoots this fucker out of the air. The other one behind you is still present. It's slightly adrift, and its lights are still on, so it's apparently still enabled, but it is trying. It's like it seems like some sort of piloting error is going on in there.
Uh, Powered engines. Let's fucking yeah. Like we're currently facing away from the. We're facing the right way. So yeah, divert powered engines and
All right.
just roll.
Burn powered engines. They are now starting to charge up again. They were at 70%. To be clear, you are not moved impulse-wise. You are still sitting right there. So both of you are just kind of sitting there for a moment. It becomes a waiting game on who can enable the first one. So let's do that. All right, so that's what I rolled. Somebody, so who's steering here? It was Pace. Pace, give me a flat d20 and see if you can beat a 6. All right, so yeah, you managed to punch it just in time. No, not even just in time. A good well before I fucking actually managed to get my shit together there. And get your ass the fuck out of there. Pew, two. No, but it's a goddamn good thing that you have Stitch with you because they're going to start asking you for identification immediately. Right. As you come in.
Yeah, dropping outside of maybe that's really cool.
Yeah, you're going to get there. You're going to start coming in, and they're going to be like, can we get your line of codes? What was the name of the ship? Sorry. Our Lady of the Burning Fire. Okay. All right. Yeah, and you relay the security codes, and to be clear, these are codes that the members of the 616 are unfamiliar with. Yeah, because they seem to be different. They are even a different syntax altogether than the fucking what the 616 Star Cruiser or the Starship fighters use. Um,
Yes, I was sort of call panel.
all right, you clear landing, boys. And they'd let you land down in their big ass ship, and your ship would we do that nice camera scene where they always hold out, and you get to see the ship just get smaller as it goes into the fucking crew, the landing pad, land smoothly amongst others. Well, it's clear when you land alongside the other shuttles that yours is damaged, and it also looks a bit darker, like it's been through smoke and some shit. Like, it looks like the 414 doesn't necessarily take as much care of their shuttle as some of the other troopers, and they either see more combat.
Someone has actually rolled and walked me on the side.
Shit like that. Yes. Um. So let's see. Hold on. Which
So
one?
yeah, well,
There we go. Boop.
I'm gonna immediately the ground the floor of the starship.
You guys are being approached by a plethora of random droids that are, cleanup crews and fucking repair droids that you guys are very familiar with. They are, converging on your ship. You can hear, the chirps of multiple ones. Being 616 pilot, being 616 pilots, you would totally understand, these little fucking droid pilots, and that are asking like, what the hell happened here? Where have you guys been? Holy shit! Is that you? Is that fucking Pace? But of course, these are all beeps. These are, I'm just to be clear that this is R2. Well, yeah. But you guys completely understand this. You guys are trained pilots. Yeah, you guys completely understand this. Yeah, and these things are like almost like lost puppies that are very excited to see you. On the other hand, the gonk droids and the repair droids are not necessarily excited to see you. They don't necessarily have some of those that don't even have that kind of emotional capacity. Um,
Gonks have the personality of puppies. We've seen at least one gonk.
but you get what I'm saying is that not all the droids are there to be your buddy or are there buddy with you, but a lot of them are, and they're seemingly concerned about the other ones. At the same time, there's a couple of other brothers that some of them look like medics, and one of them certainly the 6-1 members of the 616 would recognize them as the wearing the color signs of the flight controller here, and was asking. We didn't have any scheduled landings when you boys came in. What where's the rest of the 414? Holy shit! Is that? Oh my God, you boys come here. And he's like, waving over the members of the 616. And he's like, I thought, dude, we lost like half the unit. Oh man, your commanding officers. Oh, dude, I mean, Rezi is going to be so happy to see you. Yeah, I mean, did you not hear about?
I just
Oh, hey, you're like, steady. Yeah, you're talking about steady. Um, he's like, yeah, you didn't hear about the battle that went over Corel? I mean, it lasted for days. It was savage. The brothers, they they are their wings. That's for sure. They defended us well. They're the reason the separatists aren't running this ship right now. Anyway, I'm sure you boys need some rest. Come on, come on. And they start ushering you back. So, and they're turning around and he notices Stitch and he's like, oh, so you do have one of the ARC Trooper 414. Is that all that's left of them? Okay. So I'm sh- I'm sure that you have, you know,
it's gonna be god fucking soup.
you have administrators you'd like to uh discuss things with, or should we arrange for residence for you too? I don't know how long you boys have been afloat. From the looks of things, it looks like you've been out there for a couple of weeks. You can just at your ship.
Oh, I'm gonna
All right. Well, you know the way. And he, kind of fucking nods you off, and you totally do know the way. Yeah,
I'm gonna literally drive Pace with us to the commander.
yeah you totally do know the way. To be clear, like you've been here, multiple times, and seen, walk through the tenacity like it ain't shit. Like you, yeah, like they say, this is not, this is your ship, right? Like, so fucking Stitch has been here before. Like, and in fact, he's been here longer than the number of the brothers that have been around. So he would have no problem knowing where he needs to go to, and where he's going to is, to the office of a man named Admiral Vale. Admiral Vale is Captain Omen's commanding officer, and he oversees a lot of the orders that go along in the Tenacity. And he is known for being a hard ass. He is basically the resource manager of this branch, and at the same time, he seems to be pretty stressed most of the time. Um, he counts. He's the bean counter here, but at the same time, yeah, he's not liked by everybody.
Yeah, I can see.
But like I said,
Well,
even brothers are aware that his role is necessary. What he has to do is cold and callous, but at the same time, this is war. This is what is needed. And that you would, like I said, you would know where this office is. You'd be able to walk right up to it.
I'm going by myself.
Uh,
no, me and Hank are with you.
yes,
That's why we got sent here.
yeah, Pace and Steady, like I said, they've been offered bats, back to tanks and so on because they look like they've been out there for some weeks. Stitch, on the other hand, they don't offer anything like the ARC Troopers. Specifically, Stitch is known for coming back pretty damaged and just shrugging it off. Um, so
I'll
they,
wait for them to recuperate.
I mean that.
Man doesn't even have fingernails anymore.
Well, from what I'm gathering from Pace and Steady, are you choosing to go to the back tanks now, or are you going to take your time and recuperate before you go speak to Admiral Vale, or are you going to just walk directly with Stitch?
The admiral
So Dazzle, on the other hand, is being pulled out of the back to tank by medical droids and pulled upon a stretcher and pulling being led away. Just so we're aware. We don't. You guys don't know. Yeah, that's only if we can't fix him up here, right? Yeah. Which we'll get into those roles later on, but first we're going to get into the administrative office of Admiral Vale.
Camino, yeah. They gotta trip them all the way back to Camino in order to put them through reclamation.
And this is why he's lieutenant.
All the same, all my glory. I don't care. I know that I literally look and smell like a just rolled
Yeah,
out
so you
there.
guys are going to be walking through the halls of the tenacity, and you guys are going to be walking past, some of the younger troops who are definitely cleaner. They look like they haven't seen any combat. You're going to walk by guys that are wearing like gray and blue. You would recognize these as, elite ground commandos. That they are often known for pairing themselves with ARC troopers on occasion, and they're pretty badass. They're not bad.
I imagine my armor is like tinged yellow as if I've been smoking cigarettes. I've been sitting in a room smoking cigarettes for 10 years wearing it.
Yes, and you guys are gonna, pass all these, different various hallways, which you would recognize either as planning halls and or, these are parts of the ship that, like generators and so on, shield mechanisms and such that always need maintaining. Like I said, this is your ship. You're at home here. You've all but grown up here. In fact, there are younger members of clones here that are fresh out of the fucking Camino that are shipped to these sort of ships on occasion to basically take up the roles of the lost brothers, right? So eventually, even the 414 there's potential for them to be assigned new troopers that are shinies.
Oh man, I'm walking to the admiral's office looking like this, like straight fucking
Well,
admiral.
these are just the things that you pass in the hallway. These are just this is just part of your ship, right? And the ship itself is decked out in red and white throughout most of it, and it's not quite sifted out. It's very bright, and like I said, you're gonna have a lot of open star windows to be able to look through and nice views and so on. And yeah, you get to the fucking Commander Vale's office door, and it's flat office door. You have to literally press a button to enter it. You know, the door itself is threatening a little bit because, especially to Pace and Steady, who are not used to approaching and are speaking in this specific manner. They've never been down this hallway. Stitch has.
I don't know what the protocol is.
Well,
I'm just gonna walk in.
yeah, the protocol would be just to fucking knock on the door and speak your mind as lieutenant. But like I said, Pace and Steady, they would be considered lower rank here. They've never been down this hallway. They have their own. They have their own commanding officers that they speak to, and usually Omen does this work, but Stitch has walked alongside him before.
Push you have to knock, then spin in a circle, then do the shuffle shuffle.
Do the knee-like thing, little dance and buckle. You'll be alright.
I'll hit the doorbell button.
Performance roll.
Eye scanner, palm scanner, butt scanner.
Performance roll to see if you get all scans. Dude, does your butt look like my butt? It is. But Stitch's butt's been like horribly disfigured. Anyway, door's gonna open up here. You're gonna find a brother that is not in armor behind a desk. You can look up and say, "Yeah, can I help you?"
Admiral.
It's Admiral Vale. This is your superior.
We step in.
This is the general manager. I see he's gonna reach up. He's gonna kind of point between the other two. And you brought me back two pilots. I see. Did you find these out on? He looks down at his desk for a second. He kind of looks around and says, "Tanthior. So we sent you boys. No wonder you look so burnt. Just tell me what you find out there." Oh. Well, speaking of,
Sir.
got that. I assumed they were gone. The atmosphere out there is too thick for us to scan through, and we didn't get any signals or anything. We just it was a resource game. Sure you understand, boys. On the other hand, why am I speaking to the lieutenant, not the captain? He asked Stitch.
Captain, Captain stayed on the planet.
Stayed on the planet, then gave you the shuttle. He has no means of leaving. Are you telling me the entire unit of the 414, well, at least the 6 detachees we left, you know how much the resources it costs to train you boys? Just hold up. And why is he on the planet?
Large contingent of hostile forces on the planet, sir.
Hmm. Are you telling me the Seppies already took the move and they landed before you got there?
Not Seppies.
Hmm. Then what do you mean hostile forces? Are you talking about the locals?
These are
They're still droids. They're still droids, yeah.
Wait. Look, I don't know much about what's going on the surface of Tanthera. We can't get anything through it, and then every time that we send a probe, it just lands and never comes back. So that's the reason we sent you
planet
boys. Look,
scattered.
holy shit.
That's what got these boys.
Hmm. Yeah, but you're telling me they're not Seppi anti-aircraft guns. You think we can use them? That'd be quite helpful to have a planet full of anti-aircraft weapons. Starts kind of cocking his head to the right, thinking about it. One that nobody can scan through. All we got to do is get them near it. Yeah. So answer me. Do you think we can use these?
You did disable them.
Hmm.
That'd be fine.
Hmm. So what was that? What was that, pilot? Prototype. Hmm. Hmm. So these are occupied turrets. Okay.
And they also seem to be ramping up production out of nowhere, sir.
So how'd you get a shuttle out of there?
Real fast, sir.
Fucking go fast, boy. Fast as fuck, boy.
Resistance on our way here.
Hmm. Yeah, I hear the Corellia run swamp these days. It's a real pit moving forces around. You gotta roll out with an armament of 6 everywhere you fucking go. Was it a duo?
Yeah.
Mm,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Every damn time they send out it's like probes. Bastards. You know how many pilots we lost that way? Look, if what you boys are telling me is we got a planet full of anti-aircraft, I mean that could work to our advantage if we can figure out how to get a you know nice nice atmospheric battle going over there. And then just use those turrets against them. See what I'm saying? So, what kind of forces are you talking about looking at for these, what you call them, prototypes?
Pre-Republic droids.
Wait. So you boys are coming here telling me you had trouble with some antiques?
They're
Well,
producing in large numbers, sir.
hmm. They look like they're capable of
They're also
space travel.
they're also producing
How intelligent are these things? What are we talking about here?
uh, some units are more intelligent than others. Like we see in droids now, they seem to have some sort of commander. But they're also producing heavy units, sir.
Hmm. Well, Stitch, Lieutenant, what's your take on this?
You're right, sir. There's a lot of them.
Full
All
of,
ship our unit down.
I mean, we did only send like what 5 boys? Yeah. Hmm. What do you need? You need a battalion? I mean, look, I could use a planet like that, but I don't know. It depends on how many you got. I mean, it might not be as useful for us. It might just be easier to avoid.
Heavy equipment. Or
With all due respect, sir, if the locals aren't sure for causing these droids to start producing en masse.
Wait. So the droids aren't the locals? So who are the
No,
locals?
sir. There's a local there's a subterranean local there's a
Hmm.
local subterranean species that's willing to work with the Republic.
So you got an indigenous species here. Okay, and you said they're willing to work with us. What do they look like they're capable of? They look like they can be an asset? He's gonna nod at Stitch here. Assuming that Stitch is going to have a higher ability to rank such things.
yeah, so yes, sir.
Hmm. And so you go down there. Let me get this right. You go down there. You find a friendly face, and then you find turrets and droids. And you're telling me they're antique droids, and there's a lot of them. I mean, what do you need? Like, how? Well, that's the way the clankers. They always come in mass. They're always going mass, damn clankers. That's why they go. Where do you think they're getting the resources to build?
No, but with all due respect, sir, I feel like it's a safe assumption that the separatists may have something to do with this because the locals have informed us that the droids have recently started producing in mass and they weren't rapidly activated.
Okay. You think our presence here and you think our presence here has caused this? Is that what you're telling me, soldier? The presence here in meaning us and the Seppi's presence in the Corellian system here has caused these Tanthanites some type of problem. Santhior is the planet, but yeah, well. Oh, we're aware. We're aware, but it's also a dangerous place, as I'm sure you noticed. As he looks over both of your armors.
We believe this may be a ploy
Disney. This is a Disney-owned thing.
by the separatists in order to bolster their already rapidly growing forces.
We can't have that, boys. We can't have a planet with anti-turrets sitting right there that close to Tantheor on the system. We're already losing ground in other places. Look, I mean, if you think you can deal with this, I just need to know what you need to take care of it. But you two, you're gonna have to report back to your unit. They're gonna be happy to see you. But Stitch, I rally with you. I understand, but do understand I'm a man of limiteds. I'm fighting a lot of fronts. You do understand. So you though I like to hear that's what I like to hear, soldier. But I think it may be a minute before I send too many ships out there. At least until we can deal with the anti-aircraft turrets I'm hearing about. If there's numerous as you're saying, If I send you back out there, it's a waste of units. I mean, you literally just came back from getting shot down, did you not? True, and how many times do I have to retrieve this over and over? I could send one shuttle of these boys back, and what's the worst? They get shot down, they were already going to the ground. But if I send my best starfighters out there, shoot them out of the air, they're useless elsewhere.
We have a secure landing zone.
Well, that could be useful. How many troops do you need? What kind of resources we got? Are you looking at? I mean, I've got a couple of tank blasters I could assign you, but I don't know how many men I could hold you to. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like they're like I guess they're like the versions that do become the ATs later on. Um, yeah, they're like he's I've got two of those, but it's gonna take some heavy moving to get him there. Uh, you know, and you understand that it takes 5 men apiece to actually arm these things, move them around. So you're gonna have to get some of the boys to come with you. We've got at least let's how many boys do we got still reserved in the 414? He's gonna pull up his. I think I actually I think I actually still have the squad score. Yeah, boop, I do. Bam. Boo 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 boo. So let me see my roll 20 shit. Oh, if you're on the board, you can just see it. Oh, I got a roll 20 up. What? Um, yeah, I'm gonna say dazzle in the back. Dazzle over there smoking a cigar in the fucking bedroom, just looking at the fucking 414 troop. And she's just like, these are the boys. These are my boys. I'm just chilling over there, dude. Like, y'all good. Med droids over there fucking fanning him off and shit. Shit's going well. So yeah, these are the fallen members of the 414 alongside the other 414. This is not why the resource manager here is casting great doubt so far. Great doubt. Is he's lost a number of these guys. You know, broadside, bones, radar, thumper, click, sink, smooth, spooks at ease, pinch, dozer, scorch. Yes, yes. I need to update this. Brick is gone. Brick has been captured.
Break is
Yep. Yes. Yeah, give me good full evil, right? Given to your hatred, your anger. All right. All right. Yeah. So, and I don't know why Lieutenant Stitch's name is. Oh, it shows. It's just looking funky on mine for some reason. But anyway, yeah. So, I've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 of you boys total left. All right, I've got one of you boys in the med lab, which is Dazzle. All right, I've got Lieutenant in front of me, so that puts it 18. Captain's on the planet, that puts it at 17. All right, Brick is MIA, that puts it at 16. Motherfucking Ice is on the planet, that puts it at damn 15. Dodgers on the planet puts it at 14, right? So we got 14 members left, right? That's two little squadrons I could run out. But then who trains? Then who's going to show the next unit the road? And the next boys the ropes. Well, this is not your decision, my friend. You are a member of the 616. Yeah, Stitch gets to make this decision on who comes and who goes, and he is going to be able to, like I said, he has been told directly. So, and to be clear, the number of people. Let's go back just for a second to get our counts right. Boop. Right on Tanthior, because Stitch is not a dumb man. He would be able to know the numbers here. We got 1, we got 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of these boys, right, that are down on the planet. All right. It takes 5 apiece to 5 per to pilot one of these big ass tank things. The administrator here has offered to lend Stitch the use of. Let me move this back to 2 of these guys. I mean, he needs at least 4 if he wants to use all. If he wants to use both, he doesn't have to bring both. He can't just bring one. He can bring none. He can just bring all the boys. I mean, this is Stitch's call, right? But this is what Stitch is allowed to do. Is right, which yes. Yeah, you're going to be, coming back to the 616. He's going to be rejoiced to see you, and of course, show you that your ship's still intact, and yeah, and all that sort of shit. And, yeah, yeah, exactly. Like you guys are gonna. This isn't the story of the 616. The 616 just happened to be involved for a minute, and yeah. But for that, who Dazzle is a member of, and but this is, like I said, this is Lieutenant Stitch decision right here, because Stitch is the one that got sent back under the captain's orders. Here's what we got. Oh God, clank him. And I do understand that as of meta wise, that when this runs out and all these guys are dead, we end the 414 campaign and we move on to something else. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. Well, I'm just telling you, we're going to move on to something else. Without. You do have opportunities, as we move on, to have more members join the 414. But as you see, you also have opportunities to lose members of the 414. I personally want to play. What was the ship droid they named it? Oh, what did they name that ship? Yeah. um, it was great. But anyway, yeah, that's on a bit of a ship droid. Yeah, man, chocolate's fucking good, dude. My girl gave me a whole goddamn bag of Hershey's. My girl loved me. My girl loved me, and she just like eat the Hershey's. I'm like, hell yeah, I record. I'm gonna eat Hershey for 3 hours straight. It's so good. Smear it on my face like war paint.
All that chocolate's not good for your skin, dog. That's a lot of sugar.
Dude, I am a walking skeleton. Mellow yellow.
Even fucking better.
Anyway. All right. So you're gonna have your 2 tank walkers. Or I'm asking, are you electing to use to bring both of them with you? Because you are allowed. He's allowed you to bring 2 of them. All right, and you want to bring 6 of your boys with you, so. All right. Do you have any specific 6 that you would like to choose?
Not specifically.
All right.
Crosswire and brush. Signer.
All right, Crosswire, Rush. We'll go ahead and move these guys.
Law, right?
Burst, Law, and Bite. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signer. All right, so let me copy these guys. Crush, burst, law, bite, and where was signer? Way down there. All right. Of course, these brothers are going to be able to come along with you. No problem. They're eager to see you battle. Sit around too long. It's about the time we got called up. This shuttle that you're going to be bringing back is going to be pretty packed. Shoulder to shoulder, brothers. This is not an unfamiliar situation for you guys. But that's when you choose to leave. It is assumed that you'll be bringing Dazzle back with you. That's up. That's I'm assuming that's if you want to wait for Dazzle. Yeah, I'm asking Stitch because it's gonna take a minute for Dazzle to Dazzle to get healed. You're looking at least a 2-day wait time on the medical, fucking turnaround on. No, I mean that's how that just goes on with time. That the refurbishing and getting more 4-on-4 members goes on with time. They get new recruits and shinies sent to the ship, right? Then the ship chooses where these guys are going to be trained and put onto and moved on depending on what their specialties are when they're sent here. And even those decisions aren't necessarily even the admirals. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean they because eventually what happens is resources actually do dwindle out and they don't necessarily have enough men to spread around going all through these wars, and they're a fuck ton of them. But it's just harder to grow them than it is to make clankers. Well, too many people do start dying. You have entire units that disappear, and that's yes, that is utterly possible. That's what I'm saying. Is you could either choose to wait and bring back Dazzle, or you could just be like, we're gonna bring somebody else. So let me grab all these guys. We got burst, law, bite, roundabout, crosswire, rush, and signer. That will all be coming with you guys. Let me go back over here to the landing pod where everybody is. This is so many of you that I'm just gonna all lay you out here. Boom. Then Ice is still over there. Dodge is still over there. Stitch be coming back. Dazzle is not here. Punch is still here. Rocket's still here. And Tom's is still here. Oh. And Rocky is still here. All right. All right, so I'm assuming that you guys are going to load back up on the shuttle. But again, this is Stitch's decision. Stitch is now in charge here. As he rounds up the rest of the men who are going to, like I said, just so completely obey their lieutenant and be like, fuck yeah, let's go, dude. Battle, hell yes. And this is the usual status of the 414. This is they are known for being eager and wanting to go out. They're ARC troopers. They like to fucking go out and explore and take it to the fucking seppies. Like that's what ARC troopers do. Like it's not they're not like the average commandos that are fucking troopers that are like just doing what they are told. They want to do this, right?
Yeah, my captain's waiting on me.
It takes a personality to be an ARC trooper, right? So, fuck yeah, let's go. Yeah, oh yeah, Lieutenant, let's do this. Ready to earn my own stitches. Oh, that's we can't load this on the shuttles. We're gonna have to get them escorted. Okay, okay. They're providing escort for us, this right? I hear there's a lot of aerial travel coming in. I mean, I'm seeing what the lady looks like. Right. Yeah, this is where members of the 616 would be be like fuck yeah, we're gonna cover you, and this has totally been already cleared with the admiral and all that, like when they actually did fucking sign up to bring the tankers. Like he said, he knew it was gonna take a minute to get them there, but at the same time having a planet that could defend itself with from aircrafts sounds pretty great. That's worth sacrificing 2 tanks, right? Um, and so that's gonna be the fucking plan, and more than half the forward for maybe. All right, so give me say, well, it's actually almost 10. It's almost 11 right now. It's 10:40. Um, See, I'm just gonna go put you guys on the landing ground and set up some tanks, and I think that'll be a good stopping space. So let's see, like a good. Well, it's 10:40, right? And I usually try to shoot for 11, because usually if everybody, what happens at 11, what'll happen is at 11 we'll be like, fuck yeah, let's go, and then at like, I don't know, 11:30. Well, about like 11:30, everybody's like, all right, I'm tired, and I'm like, yeah, I know you don't know your own bedtimes, guys. Um, sure you do. Sure you do. Uh, oh, let's get this. That looks like a good one. Oh, man, we need to get that Red Dead fucking gang going on, dude. I'm ready for that shit. You say cosplay? Oh, I just need a hat.
I said if only it was crossplay.
Mm.
Yeah, I've got it on PS4. It's just not crossplay.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I got it on PC, and I will. Oh yeah, definitely.
But my online character's kind of vulgar. Her name is Loose Lips Shane.
All right, gonna end the stream on that. Peace.